always insecure.
Name means nothing on the battlefield. After a week, no one has a name.
When you think about definitive strategy in war, some people will tell you that it's reminiscent of a chess game, where each piece has its strengths and its weaknesses. One such franchise that has performed well in proving this is the Famicom Wars series. You may be asking, but Lan, the Famicom is the Japanese Nintendo, right? How come you're reviewing something that we don't have? Well, for starters, take a look at Famicom Wars and tell me that it doesn't look familiar to you strategy gaming enthusiasts out there. Starting to see where I'm going with this? Doesn't it look familiar? Aha! Yes! We know it as the Advance Wars series, as this was when it first debuted in America, and it hasn't been seen on anything but a portable since then. This series was unique, in that the strategy element of certain units trumping others, in a way similar to rock, paper, scissors, had never been explored before. Unfortunately, this mechanic has since been abused by certain cash cow franchises that I will avoid naming. In fact, it's been beaten like a dead horse so much that there are many hardcore gamers that might want to avoid the thought of doing any more strategic combat, but hear me out for a second. This series was so popular in Japan, and it developed a pretty big cult following in America, that like the way of Mario and Sonic, it decided to develop a spin-off series. This, of course, was Battalion Wars, a game that actually puts you in the heated battle as the commander of the units. You had to effectively switch from sending units to certain targets, yet also maintaining enough firepower to save your own ass from becoming the overcooked course of the day. This game was considered to be an excellent buy, although it was criticized for its short story mode and lack of any multiplayer. After over a year of development and fine-tuning since its announcement, Battalion Wars 2 arrived on the Wii. Immediately, one improvement worth noting is the ease to move your targeting cursor to aim, similar to console predecessors Resident Evil 4 and Metroid Prime 3. If you're a person that likes to blow anything and everything up, this game has plenty of it. The categories of units are amazingly numerous. You have basic rifle grunts, flame vets that heat up the enemy infantry, bazooka vets that can bring down enemy tanks, assault vets that can not only mow down enemy infantry, but also bring light vehicles down as well, anti-air vets, which blows hostile air targets out of the sky, and mortar vets that can bring out hiding infantry by blowing their cover away. The variety doesn't stop there, as you can command a wide combination of land, sea, and air vehicles to raise as much hell as humanly possible. The only complaint you might actually have is that you'll have too much fun doing it on your own, and it might feel a little forced to still command certain units where to go, especially in the middle of combat. The gameplay features your traditional capture the flag style of combat, and when you raise your own flag on enemy bases and helipads, you can sigh with relief once you see some much wanted reinforcements. The story mode itself is still short, and it'll only take around 10 to 15 hours to beat, but the extras in the game bring much more time to perfect each level. The unlockable art galleries and unit profiles rear themselves out of hiding once you have the highest ranks possible for each campaign. The voice acting is debatable, but they play into the obvious stereotypes that each nation is based on, so nobody can argue that it isn't fitting with the silly cast of characters.
Been a while since the big board saw any action, huh?
Forgive the intrusion, Emperor Slagle. The outer islands are under attack.
was that?
I believe the Solar Empire has launched a counter-offensive.
The Supreme Commander of the Tundran Territories knows no fear. Summon my generals!
None can resist! Total conquest is at hand!
But the real beauty here is the multiplayer, which features real human players made possible via Nintendo's Wi-Fi connection, a feature that's highly preferred over the dumb AI that'll blindly run into death. The choices for multiplayer range from team-based capture the flag assault mode to a simple blow to hell anything that blinks skirmish mode. Overall, Battalion Wars 2 fixes a majority of the problems that the original had, and I'd argue that it could be the most hectic fun that the Wii will have until Super Smash Bros. Brawl comes out after being delayed some 20 times. This is definitely one game that us war fanatics don't want to leave out of our collection. It's great pleasure that I, Lancun, bestow Battalion Wars 2 with my highest honor of 5 out of 5. Ain't war hell.